What's up guys, Julian Goldie here, and in this video we're going to cover some digital agency marketing tips. Now, I've actually built a 7-figure SEO agency, and so if you want to build a 7-figure agency like this, these tips will hopefully help you get to the same point. Of course, if you don't want to build a big agency, you might be ready to skip this video. But hold on a second. You see, even if you only want to build a smallish, tiny boutique agency, the tips in this video will still make things easier for you. After all, the advice in this video covers a wide range of issues, and so no matter what stage your agency is in and what your goals are, there's a good chance this video will help you. For example, the tips in section number 1 will help you if you're just starting out. But the tips in section number 3 will help you streamline things even if your agency is dealing with a good number of clients. Anyhow, make sure you watch this video until the end, or else you might miss out on that one golden tip that will take your agency to the next level. Let's get started. So first of all, it's time to niche down. Okay, so the first tip I want to cover here is the importance of niching down. Okay, and this means that you should focus on one of the main parts of SEO when doing client work. So that could include link building, content creation, or even something like technical search engine optimization. If you niche down, you only have to focus on delivering one kind of outcome for your clients. And this then makes it much easier for you to figure out how you can deliver this outcome in a way that will make your customers a lot happier. For example, if you only focus on link building, you'll pretty much just have to worry about building backlinks. And that is a whole different rabbit hole in itself. So this makes agency life simpler because all you need to do now is basically concentrate on how you can build high quality backlinks at scale. As a result, delivering good results for your clients is now going to be way more straightforward. And this is going to simplify things when it comes to keeping and even landing new clients. That said, a key point I want to make here is that you don't have to focus on a certain kind of SEO forever. After all, once your agency grows, you can think about branching out and offering a wider range of services. However, if you're just at the start of your agency journey, narrowing things down will make life easier for you because your attention isn't going to be pulled in several different directions. Now, I can't really tell you what direction you should go in here, as it all depends on your situation and your experience. You might want to focus on something you have experience in, or just find something interesting that you enjoy. Either way, if you concentrate on one of the main categories of SEO, such as link building, content creation, or even technical optimization, you shouldn't really go wrong here. Of course, if you find that you don't like working in a certain area, you can always change that and change things later on, so you don't have to stick with it forever. By the way, I just want to say, if you have a spare moment here, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like our videos, it will nudge the algorithm into showing our video to more people. Plus, if you become a subscriber, you will discover some of my other videos, and if you're serious about SEO, I don't think you'll want to miss out on my future SEO content that's going to help you grow your business. I mean, even if you're not serious about SEO, you should still become a subscriber, because I don't think there's really anything else on YouTube that's better than this content, right? I mean, am I wrong? Link a better video in the comments and we'll see if you can top anything that's on my channel. Just kidding. Anyway, let's move on to creating SOPs. Now, another really good tip here is to focus on creating a standard operating procedure, otherwise known as an SOP. This is a document that explains how a certain task should be done. It's very detailed, and pretty much anyone that follows the instructions in this file should be able to achieve the result associated with it. For example, right, for us, we use the skyscraper method to build backlinks for our clients and our white label agency clients. Now, you might want to create some documentation on how this tactic works, how someone can build links using this strategy, and if you then give this file to a team member, they should be able to pull this technique off and build skyscraper backlinks without requiring any further assistance. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, fair enough, this kind of thing sounds amazing, but why is it important for agency owners? Well, these documents are really helpful because they can have a huge impact on your ability to scale your agency. Now, I know that might sound like a bit of an overstatement, but if you want to scale your agency, if you want to grow here, you're going to need people to hire at some point or another. Now, even if you hire people that understand SEO, there's a good chance here that the individuals you hire won't know how you do things in your agency. They also may not know how to get results with a tactic that is central to how your agency operates. And because of this, you'll need to train them up so that they know exactly how to do things properly. And the easiest way to train people up is by giving them a document that explains exactly how everything should be done around here. For example, we use the skyscraper technique a lot in our own agency. And when I was starting out, it was mainly just me doing the heavy lifting and making sure this tactic works for my clients. Now, as I got more customers, I had to build a team that could deliver great results using this approach. After all, there's only so much work I can do single-handedly at a good level of quality. Of course, the people I was hiring generally didn't know how to make the skyscraper method work perfectly. I mean, at the very least, they didn't really know how to get the kinds of results with this tactic that I was able to generate. Because of this, I had to create an SOP to make sure everyone knew how to pull this strategy off. After giving my team these documents, they could then replicate my approach when it comes to building these kinds of links. This then allowed them to deliver the kinds of results that I was already delivering for my clients. In fact, here's a client that actually experienced great results thanks to the work of my team. Anyhow, because I could now build a team, I could remove myself from certain tasks, and it then became a lot easier for me to scale my agency. And it was now also much easier for me to increase output within my agency if we ever hit a bottleneck in terms of how many links we could build with a specific tactic. For instance, if I couldn't build enough skyscraper links for my clients due to high demand, I could just hire more team members and give them detailed instructions on how the skyscraper technique works. They could then follow these instructions and build these links without any major input on my part. Of course, that's a bit of an oversimplification, but it's pretty much how things worked. Also, I just want to say, if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how we use a skyscraper strategy to deliver results for our clients, you can book in a free consultation call with us at juliangoldie.com. And if you do that, we can have a quick chat and we'll help you understand how this method can help your site specifically, or even your agency grow as well. Anyway, look, even if you're not looking to build a massive agency, creating these kinds of documents can still be a super helpful, useful strategy. And that's because you might eventually get to the point where you want more free time. If that's the case, you might want to hire people to do the tasks that take up a lot of your time and maybe you don't enjoy as well. Now, if you want these people to do the things properly, aka the same quality and level as you, you'll need to give them a solid set of instructions on how things need to be done. If you don't give them something like this, they might not be able to hit the ground running, and they may even mess things up and create more work for you, which is probably the opposite of what you want if you're actually trying to remove yourself from the agency and give yourself more freedom. Next up, you've got to focus on marketing. Now, one of the weirdest things in the agency world is that most marketing agencies just aren't that good at marketing themselves. And this is a real shame, because if you run an agency, you need to dial in your marketing. It's so important. If you don't do this, you probably won't have a steady stream of leads, and this will make your life much more stressful, as you'll always be worrying about where your next client is going to come from. Now, there are literally dozens and dozens of methods you can use to market your agency, so I'm not going to cover every single thing here. What you might want to do though is focus on one outbound method and one inbound method. For example, an outbound method might include something like cold email. So you might send out video audits to people and then explain how they can do a better job at SEO. And the nature of these audits is obviously going to depend on the kind of SEO work you do. For example, if you do technical SEO, you might do audits based on page speeds. So you might find a website and then highlight the fact that it has a slow loading time. You could then spend the rest of the video explaining how they can improve their page speeds. And at the end of the video, you might then mention you offer free consultations, and if someone books a call, you could then offer your services during that call. When it comes to inbound marketing, you might want to focus on creating content. This is a very powerful way to attract clients, so you could create YouTube content, for example, or even just blog content based on your niche. Now, if you don't know what kinds of topics you should cover, maybe just ask your clients and see what they're struggling with. And if you tell them that you're thinking about making videos on SEO, they might be able to describe some of the things they don't quite understand and want help with. And you can then use these responses as a source of inspiration when developing topic ideas. Now, I want to make it very clear that it's important you always work on the marketing side of your business as an agency owner, even when you have a solid number of clients. Because if you just wait until you've run out of work, you might not be able to drum up enough business in time for the next drought. This could then lead to major cash flow problems, and you might then have to close your agency, which would be an absolute disaster. Next up, look after your team. Now, as mentioned earlier, if you want to build an SEO agency, you're probably going to need to hire some people. I mean, you can only do things on your own for so long, right? Well, if you're going to build a team for your agency, it's important you look after them as well. Now, I get it. This might sound obvious, but what I'm trying to say here is you should make an effort to go above and beyond to help your team. And if you take good care of your team members, the odds of them sticking around will be much higher. On top of that, they'll also feel better about your company, and this will then come through when they're interacting with clients and even just other team members. So, what does it mean to take care of your team members? Well, first off, you just want to make sure that their needs are met. So you should reach out and ask them if there's anything you can do to make things easier for them. Odds are they might have some suggestions that are fairly easy for you to implement straight away. And if you act on these suggestions, there's a good chance you'll improve overall productivity of your team, which leads to better results. Now, sometimes you might even just want to ask for tips on how you can improve the way your agency operates in general. For example, in our agency, we have a quarterly idea competition. During this session, everyone can put forward their ideas on how we can improve our agency and customer outcomes, retention, even client acquisition, and then give out a prize for the best idea. And this kind of helps improve the overall culture of the company and the sense that we're all working towards the same goal and we're on the same team here. By the way, if you guys have any tips when it comes to looking after your team, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so that's the end of this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, leave a message in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer it. Hopefully the tips in this video will help you scale your agency to the 7-figure mark. And if you're not looking to scale your agency, well, I just hope that these tips will at least help you improve the way you run your agency and make life easier for you. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and remember to like and subscribe. And if you like our videos, it's going to help me reach more people. And if you become a subscriber, you'll get access to my next video in this series where I cover tips from an 8-figure agency owner. And maybe that's a little bit ambitious, I know, but why not dream big, eh? By the way, if you want to watch another video, you might want to check out this one, right? Should you select a niche for your SEO agency? That's because in this video, we spoke a little bit about the importance of choosing a niche for your SEO agency. And if you'd like to dive deeper into this topic, you should check this video out because in it, I cover the pros and cons of choosing a niche for your agency. So if you're still undecided on whether you should specialize your agency, this video will hopefully make your mind up.